Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving deep into the latest developments in Soul Land 2, the Peerless Tang Clan, also known as Douluo Dalu, Unrivaled Tang Sect. With the trailer for episode 101 now released, fans are in for some serious emotional turns. And one of the biggest shocks is Huo Yuhao's unexpected return to the Haotian Sect, along with a heartbreaking decision he makes about Wang Dong. There's a lot to unpack, so let's get into it. First, let's talk about Huo Yuhao himself. Before this point in the story, Yuhao had been forced into a difficult position, both physically and mentally. He had lost the ability to walk and had to rely entirely on a wheelchair to get around. Later, he started using a humanoid soul guide to assist with movement. And while this allowed him some mobility, it was always a temporary fix, an external tool. Huo Yuhao is someone who values strength, independence, and self-reliance, and being dependent on an artificial device clearly weighed on him. Instead of accepting that as his reality, Huo Yuhao made a bold and painful decision. He entered a long period of seclusion, cutting himself off from the world to focus entirely on healing. His goal was simple, yet incredibly difficult: to repair his meridians and regain full control of his body. It was a journey that required not just spiritual strength, but an iron will. And now in this new episode preview, we finally see the result of that decision. He succeeded. Not only did Huo Yuhao break through during his retreat, but he also fully unblocked his meridians. For the first time in what feels like forever, he's able to walk again, completely under his own power. This is a huge turning point, not just in terms of his physical condition, but in his personal journey. It's the return of the real Huo Yuhao, not just as a soul master, but as a warrior who never gave up. As soon as he emerges from seclusion, he receives a mission. He's instructed to join Shu Sanxi, Bei, and the others to launch a rescue operation in the Sun Moon Empire. The task? Save the soul masters who have been captured and are being held under dangerous conditions. It's a high-stakes mission, one that could easily cost him his life. But before he heads out, Yuhao makes a decision that catches everyone off guard. He doesn't immediately prepare for the journey. Instead, he takes a detour, a deeply personal one. He sets out alone and returns to the Haotian Sect. His destination is clear. He wants to see someone important to him one last time. That person is Wang Dong. Now here's where things get truly emotional. When Huo Yuhao arrives at the sect, he finds Wang Dong lying in a deep sleep. She's unconscious, completely unaware of his presence. And what does Yuhao do? He doesn't shake her awake. He doesn't try to speak to her face to face. Instead, he quietly speaks to her, knowing she won't respond, and tells her something devastating. He asked her to forget about him. Yes, you heard that right. Huo Yuhao, the person who fought so hard to survive, who healed himself and returned stronger than ever, now asks the person he loves most to erase him from her memory. It's a decision filled with heartbreak, but also love and selflessness. Why would he do this? The answer lies in the nature of the mission he's about to undertake. The rescue in the Sun Moon Empire is incredibly dangerous. He knows the risks. He knows that he might not return. And in his mind, if he dies on that battlefield, he doesn't want Wang Dong to be left behind, waiting for someone who will never come back. He doesn't want her to carry the pain of loss. So in an act of both bravery and sorrow, he tries to protect her the only way he knows how, by letting her go before it's too late. He says something along the lines of, "If I don't come back, then forget about me." And with that, Huo Yuhao turns and walks away. No goodbyes, no explanations. Just a quiet farewell to someone who means everything to him. But the story doesn't end there. Despite the odds, despite the danger, Huo Yuhao joins Shu Sanxi, Bei, and the rest of the team. And together they head into enemy territory to rescue the imprisoned soul masters. The Sun Moon Empire had intended to use these captives as leverage, a political tool to threaten the other three great empires of the continent: the Heaven Soul Empire, the Dueling Empire, and the Xingluo Empire. Their plan was to hold these powerful soul masters hostage, making the other kingdoms too afraid to fight back. But what they didn't expect was Huo Yuhao's resolve. They didn't expect the strength, coordination, and willpower of his team. And they certainly didn't expect that under the very noses of the Sun Moon Empire's leadership, the captives would be rescued and the mission would succeed. That's right, Huo Yuhao survives. The operation is a success. The captives are freed and the balance of power begins to shift. But even with victory in hand, the emotional cost of what Huo Yuhao left behind, his parting words to Wang Dong, still lingers in the hearts of fans. Because moments like these remind us why this story is so powerful. It's not just about battles or spirit rings or cultivation levels. It's about sacrifice. It's about love. It's about choosing others over yourself even when it hurts the most. Huo Yuhao's journey in episode 101 isn't just another step in the plot. It's a moment that defines who he is. A hero not just because of his strength, but because of his heart. And that's what makes Soul Land 2 so compelling. So what did you think about this emotional twist? Were you surprised by Huo Yuhao's decision? Do you think Wang Dong will really forget him? Or will their bond prove too strong? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more updates on Soul Land 2 and your favorite Donghua series, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a post. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.